right. Steve Keirn on Koko Ware. Shoot fight. What really happened? We know what we know what happened. Morton. Koko tore your ass up. Morton was right there. What really happened?
I mean, I got into a fight with Koko Ware, and Dutch tells the story. Other people tell the story. But the simple thing
They were
was,
both
is
right there.
I never embellished the story. It was a situation where things just, didn't work out, and I was taught to protect my gimmick, and somebody was imitating the gimmick a little too strong, called him out. I sucker punched him. It was my fault, but I started it, and then it got broke up. Nothing really happened, and we started again. Then it got broke up again,
He
and
admitted it.
that story's been repeated 100 times, and I've heard it where somebody would say, "Yeah, Steve Keirn come in there and punch Koko while he was naked in the shower, and then Koko come out of the shower and beat the dog shit out of him." And I'm,
Yeah, Morton was right there.
that ain't how it happened. That's not what happened.
Yeah.
Neither one of us won that fight because it wasn't a real fight to me. And this is just an opinion again, but to me, when you get into a fight, if you're looking for a winner and a loser, if there's a loser, somebody should be bleeding. Somebody should be down on the ground trying to quit. Somebody should be overwhelmed.
You don't have to be laying on the ground bleeding to get your ass beat. But yeah, but Morton was right there. And what's the other guy's name? Mantel's seen it. So yeah, you like I said, you should have waited till the man got all right first. The man in the shower. So.
But when it just is a scuffle where you just kind of get at it and get pulled apart, you get at it again, you get pulled apart, it's not really a fight. And I'm sure Dutch would back it up because I heard Dutch tell the story. The only thing Dutch had wrong when he told the story on a podcast was he said Stan and I didn't go to Jonesboro, which was a Saturday night town in Nashville. We just drove to Nashville. Well, that's not true because we were booked in Nashville because in those days you didn't just not go to the town. If you're the main event, you surely didn't just go to the town and all of a sudden now you're basically skipping a town to come cause a problem. That's not how it happened. So that's the only thing that I question when Dutch told the story, but that's only because it was so old. He talked about it. He said, yeah, they just, Dutch knew what a real fight was.
I like in the book that you said also that of the entire scene of people breaking up, and then Ricky Morton was just running around screaming like a girl in the locker room.
I don't know about that now, and I will post I'll post that part again because he Morton said he wasn't making fun of the man. He was saying what happened. He wasn't trying to pick at him, but he's telling what happened. He was right there.
Another thing is when something like that happens, you really start to see. You look around and you see who the real men are and who understands. And like Dutch, and Dutch is a real man. He's trying to break it up so it'd more. But Ricky Morton's screaming and crying. He was causing more of a
I don't know about
confusion
that
than anybody. And oh no, we can't do this. Oh my God, oh God. I'm going like, really? Come on, man. We're having an argument.
That's kind of like the Orndorff. That's kind of like the Orndorff Paul, the Orndorff Paul, the Paul Orndorff and Atlas. They said he was on the ground hollering. That's enough. I don't know about that now. Then the fight with Vader, and I believe that one because Orndorff was mean and nasty. Yeah, but he might have had his hands full with Tony. But the Vader thing, it's Tony Schiavone said he'll never forget that. and Sullivan, they said it was right there. Who and this Mace? He said, and I remember the other interview. Orndorff said if he had cowboy boots on or the Timberlands, it would have been a lot worse. You know how hard them boots are. Them boots are hard as hell.
That's all it is. I didn't pull out a knife and cut Koko from ear to ear, and Koko didn't
I don't know about all that. That wasn't that bad now, was it?
I did shoot Barry Windham in the leg, but he didn't shoot me in the leg. And so...
Shoot Barry Windham?
You shot Barry Windham in the leg?
Yeah, I shot it. Well, it was an accident, but I shot him in the thigh. I shot him in the thigh with I had a 9mm pistol, and we pulled over on the side of the road, and I started shooting at signs, and Barry was standing beside me, and I was hitting this speed sign, and we were way out in the middle of Dana, Florida, and all of a sudden Barry rolls down the embankment we were standing on, and I look over at him and says, "Why?" He said, "You just shot me." I go, "There's no way I shot you. I'm shooting at that sign." I thought maybe the ejection from the bullet was hot and came out and hit him in the leg because he had his shorts on. But what it did was the bullet ricocheted out of the sign, came back, and it lodged in his thigh. And so,
Ooh.
we dug it out. It was just barely in, and we dug it out. He wrapped the bandana around it, and that's the end of it. But Barry tells that same story. He said that I got out of the car and shot him getting out of the car because I didn't have the gun on safety. And that ain't true. I mean, when something like that happens, you'll remember if you just shot somebody because you didn't have the gun on safety, or if you're just shooting and the bullet ricocheted back into them. So that's how stories go around.
I don't know the stories, but I don't know. But it depends how your memory is. Because if it's okay, 2 years ago, but if it's 30 years ago, I don't know. People have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stories. Yeah, it happened that way. Some people can remember that stuff real good, like a computer. But no, man. What's the name? He sounded believable, and he said he wasn't picking at the guy, but he said he shouldn't have done it, and he said he admitted he was wrong.
Change.
Well, Barry told me. Now I'm going to mess up two different stories here. He told me that he was the king of either shooting road signs while driving, or throwing beer bottles at road signs and hitting them while driving.
No, he was good at both. I would say I was a better shot with a gun than he was. I'm not going to tap out or surrender to anybody. I could shoot stuff out the window. I mean, and I had made the mistake of doing something stupid. One time I pulled the trigger inside the car. I was so excited about shooting a hog that was on the side of the road. I shot a hole through my dash of my car and killed my radio. But Barry was awesome, and he had them long arms, and he liked to throw them over the roof because he always liked to drive. So he would have a little bit more of, an obstacle to get over to get his, but he was good at throwing beer bottles.
Yeah, that's something. I'm gonna post the you saying Barry Windham now, not Barry Windham. It's Morton thing, because that was something. He said he said talking shit to him, whooping his ass. He took a stop and whooped him again. I was about to tell. He said he was right there, and then Dutch said he was trying to break him up, or he told him to get out the way or something. But yeah, just let him have it. Like they said about the Bret and Michaels that time. The Road Warriors had to step in and get Bret off of Michael's ass.
And they come right in the dressing room, and Koko just wrestled. Koko was in one of them little bitty showers. You understand me? So he went to take a shower with Steve Keirn. Went and sucker punched him. Yeah, worst mistake he ever made. Koko Ware come out of that shower butt naked and beat his ass. I mean, really beat his ass.
Oh, he came out the shower naked. You gonna try to jump a guy with his back turned, not just his back turned, in the shower. And he damn right he probably beat his ass. That's good for him. Jump a man in the shower. Wait for him to get all right, get straight first. Then fight. Let me get that back. Hold on, let me get that back.
I mean, really.
Hold on.
Yeah, worst mistake he ever made. Koko Ware come out of that shower butt naked and beat his ass. I mean, really beat his ass. Talking to him, cutting interviews on him, whooping his ass, and then he'll stop, and then he'll whoop his ass again. But I'm serious. I'm not saying that bad about Steve Keirn, but there's some things in life that you can do and can't do.
Yeah, jumping the man with his
Especially,
back turned to
you
piss
don't
him
mess
off.
with. With some people you don't mess with.
Yeah.
Koko was real short and little and all that. But dude, he was like a fire plug, man. He'd blow you off.
Yeah, we already talked about this. Some of this kind of stuff. Doesn't matter if the person's small or short. You could be 6'5", another guy could be 5'7", and the 5'7" guy will throw you on the ground and beat you. We haven't seen it before. Guy thinks because he's 6 foot something or whatever, he's just rough and walking around built, and then getting thrown on the floor embarrassed. I done seen it. It's embarrassing. Real, it's true, boy.
I've never heard that one. I've heard the one with him and a guy called Jim Troy over in Europe. He was an old hockey guy, but is Koko Beware just like on the download a proper tough guy?
No. You ever talked to Dutch Mantel?
No, I'd love to, but no.
Yeah.
Dutch Mantel.
The Dutch was in there, and my dad was alive then. He was a referee. Look here, my dad walked in the dressing room. It was in Nashville, Tennessee. And he walked right in the dressing room, and they was fighting, and my daddy turned around and locked the door. And he sat out right beside me, Steve, and me, him, and Dutch. And
He probably said, he probably said he probably knew who it was. He said, no, let him go. He need to get his ass whooped. That's probably what he was thinking. That's why, so nobody could get in there breaking it up. So he was trying to start again later. Yeah.
Yeah, and
that's what he probably thought.
Koko, it's, it wasn't Steve's night that night. Okay.